Welcome to my channel, Lux Kingdom. Kanye West stands out because of his incredible talent, which no one can take away. Through a combination of flawless beats and distinct genres, he has propelled hip-hop into becoming the sustenance of millennials by uplifting the souls of many. It is rare to come across someone who can dabble in so many facets of society, including fashion, music, footwear, and politics. Despite the fact that opinions about Kanye may differ, there is no denying that he completely changed the shoe game with his diverse line of Yeezy sneakers. However, Kanye's reality has painted a very different picture. He has become a victim of various contentious discussions. His family is torn apart, and he has become friends with some of the most powerful people in the world. Kanye genuinely has very little internal material left to fully comprehend how he came to be such a depressed person. To understand the paradox of civilization, we must go back to June 8, 1977, when he was just starting out. Kanye West was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and his father Ray was a photojournalist for the Atlanta Journal before dying in 2007 at the age of 58 from a heart ailment following cosmetic surgery. West's mother, who had been a teacher before earning a degree in English at Chicago State University. Although he was producing hit songs for artists like Alicia Keys and Ludacris among others in the early 2000s, Kanye first gained notoriety as a producer for Rockefeller Records and developed the chipmunk soul sampling aesthetic. However, this wasn't enough for Kanye, who couldn't express his true feelings. Kanye had a sincere desire to start rapping, but this was a risky course of action because it would require him to give up some of the ties he had developed with West. His fifth and sixth albums, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in 2010 and Jesus in 2013, were favorably appreciated by reviewers and fans alike for their maximalism and simplicity. Later, Kanye attempted an unsuccessful independent run for president in 2020. Having made the decision to run for president in 2020, I will primarily focus on advancing moral consistency in daily life. At this time, Kanye's major breakthrough is virtually certain, barring any unforeseen circumstances. As a musician, Kanye has been successful in practically all of his endeavors. With his particular skill and success as a businessman, Kanye West has become one of the richest musicians in the world. In 2006, he produced a shoe for Adidas, but it was never made public. Babe was the first firm to formally release the sneaker. Working with him, he has also designed footwear for Giuseppe and Giovanni Louis Vuitton, and most significantly, Nike. His 5-year collaboration with Nike led to the release of 2 sneaker models, the Air Yeezy 1 and the Air Yeezy 2. The shoes that Kanye and Bape jointly released are now extremely rare and fetch high resale prices. 2013 saw the release of the Red October Air Yeezy 2, and West formally dissolved his partnership with Nike. West claimed that Nike turned down his requests for royalties on his shoe designs, calling the scenario tragic. Instead, Nike suggested donating a portion of the proceeds to a charity of West's choosing. A year and 3 months after the Adidas and Kanye collaboration was announced in February 2015, and he has full creative control over any products that are produced. The project's public launch, when the highly anticipated Yeezy Season 1 was launched, prominent celebrities like Rihanna, Diddy, and Kanye's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, attended the debut. Yeezy Seasons 2 and 3 were also quite successful. Kanye and Adidas released a statement regarding the agreement, continued in June 2016 with the addition of a new simple category. According to Kanye, Surprise 40,000 pair Yeezy launches sold out in a matter of minutes. During this time, Adidas Yeezy's yearly sales climbed from $15 million to $1.2 billion. By 2019, Yeezy's Adidas shoe sales brought in almost $1.3 billion. How swiftly Yeezy was able to take over Air Jordan for supremacy in the sneaker market, according to Forbes in 2020, was one of the greatest retail stories of the century. In 2011, Kanye received $191 million in royalties on the sale of just 11 pairs of the shoes, which brought him over $1.7 billion in revenue. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West began dating, and they welcomed their first child in 2013. As soon as Kanye West finished building his empire, it quickly started to fall apart. This is not entirely unusual, as there seems to be a regular pattern of celebrities with various issues, but none of them have faced the same kind of vicious criticism as Kanye West. It all started when Kanye did something that caused him to lose his job. Interviews during a discussion of victim mentality, As a result of Kanye tweeting a selfie while sporting a Make America Great Again hat, he was immediately labeled a tyrant by the Washington Post. Kanye expressed his frustration with the victim mentality that Black Americans have been taught to adopt. He claimed that this victim mentality is what keeps Black people submissive and easy to manipulate by organizations like Black Lives Matter. According to BuzzFeed, CNN stated that Kanye's tour needed to be canceled because he was turning radical. And in Paris, the rapper put on a surprise Yeezy fashion show to introduce season 9 of his line this time. The Anti-Defamation League considers Kanye's wearing the shirt, which features an image of the Pope, to be a hate statement. The fact that the phrase "White Lives Matter" was used soon after the BLM movement's launch as if it were Kanye's personal style caused the most outrage in 2015. Kanye West justifies himself by asserting that Black people are the true Jews, and that, as a result, he cannot possibly be anti-Semitic after receiving a lot of criticism. And some Adidas partnered merchants cut ties with the rapper's company. The Adidas and Kanye collaboration just ended a few weeks after the internet really went off the rails, according to the organization's website. The Yeezys from their real and online inventory. Yeezy shut down its website and removed Gap products from its Gap stores. Since the alleged anti-Semitic comments began, Balenciaga has begun removing Kanye West photographs from its website, making it the first company client to distance itself from Yeezy. Soon, Kanye West's commercial clients began to disappear, and even fans of Yeezy's apparel and footwear began to sell their collections the moment they could. The fact that Adidas severed its relationship with Yeezy, though, was Ye's biggest loss. Kanye West is presently worth $400 million, so even if he loses his contract, he won't be a billionaire. However, this might ultimately spell the end for one of the most successful musicians in history. The top music industry stars, do you believe Kanye West will be able to weather this tremendous storm? Share your ideas in the comment area below, and don't forget to like. Also follow this channel.